The sudden death of Cole Howard, secrets, conflict, and tragedy intertwined in The Young and the Restless. Claire's life was torn apart when she received the news of the sudden death of her father, Cole Howard. In his final moments, Claire could not have imagined that his death would come so quickly, without giving her any chance to prepare or even say goodbye. Cole's sudden departure was not only a shock to Claire, but also an event that caused a series of storms in the lives of those around him, especially Victoria and those close to him. Cole Howard, the man of secrets. Cole Howard, despite having lived a life full of ups and downs, was also someone who did not easily share his deepest secrets. His death not only caused great pain, but also left many questions that Claire and Victoria had to painfully face. Before he died, Cole left behind a will, an important document that no one expected to contain shocking secrets. This will shock Claire and Victoria, who were once very close to Cole. It is not simply a division of assets, but also things that Cole wanted to keep hidden all his life. Will Cole leave part of his legacy to Claire, the girl he loved, or are there events in the past that Claire did not know about, now causing her to face painful truths? Victoria. Pain and confusion. Victoria, who has always been the most affected by the events surrounding Cole, is the one who cannot understand what is happening. Her relationship with Cole, although imperfect but full of emotion and connection, now faces terrible challenges. Cole's death was not only an emotional loss, but also a breakdown in her relationship with the Howard family. Victoria not only had to deal with the pain of a wife who lost her husband, but also had to face the feeling of insecurity when the secrets in Cole's will were gradually revealed. Every step she took seemed to be pulled into a maze with no way out, where the truths buried in the past now became wounds that were difficult to heal. Will Victoria have the strength to face these challenges? Or will she continue to be immersed in the pain caused by Cole's death, unable to escape the dark shadow of the past? Cole's doctor, final prediction. The persistent cough that Cole had been suffering for a long time was not just a sign of a common illness. But no one could have expected that it was a sign of a terrible disease that Cole could not overcome. Despite seeing a doctor, what the doctor gave was a vague and worrying prediction. When the final test results are given, the information related to Cole's illness will shock not only the Howard family, but also those close to him. Does Cole know that his death is inevitable? And will he prepare everything before leaving, to protect the people he loves from mental shock? Cole's doctor may give the final prediction that he will die from a devastating disease, but can Cole accept this truth with calm and reason, or will he fight it until the last moment? Shocking scenes. Everything will change in May with dramatic and painful developments. May will be an unforgettable month for the audience of The Young and the Restless. Shocking scenes await, and will surely keep viewers glued to the screen. The secrets of Cole's death will gradually be revealed, and the details surrounding his will leave everyone in shock. In particular, the tested relationships and tense situations between Claire, Victoria, and the Howard family will bring the story to an unprecedented climax. Can Claire keep her spirits up and continue to live a life without the presence of the father she loved? Or will Victoria have to bear the consequences of Cole's decisions before he left? The dramatic scenes will revive deep emotions in the hearts of viewers, as they witness the characters facing pain, betrayal, and life-or-death decisions that no one could have predicted. Cole Howard's death is not only a family tragedy but also an important turning point in The Young and the Restless. Secrets hidden for many years, complicated relationships, and life-or-death decisions will now push all the characters into an inescapable spiral. May is a month of big surprises, and viewers will be on the edge of their seats as Claire, Victoria, and the Howard family story unfolds. This story is not only a journey of loss and pain, but also a profound exploration of humanity, love, and forgiveness in a world full of secrets and complications. Victoria Newman and the romantic transformations of love and loss on The Young and the Restless. Relationships are never simple, and the lives of the characters are always full of upheaval, conflict, and unexpected turns. One of the main characters at a crucial crossroads is Victoria Newman, who may be on the verge of a dramatic romantic change after the sudden death of Cole Howard. Her relationship with Cole, who has captured her heart for years, is no longer the same. This loss, along with complicated feelings from the past, could be the impetus for a reconciliation and a new beginning in Victoria's love life. Victoria and the waiting relationship, will she rekindle her old relationship? Victoria Newman has had her fair share of ups and downs in love and life. Although she has had some great romantic relationships, including special men like Billy Abbott, Victor Newman, and Cole Howard, the pain of the past has not completely faded. The sudden passing of Cole Howard, the man she loved and had so much feelings for, has left Victoria facing an indescribable sadness. But in the midst of her pain, can she look back at her past relationships and find a chance to reconcile with an unexpected ex? Victoria's return to someone from her past is nothing new to her. Over the years, she has reunited and broken up with many people. But this time, things may be different, because her circumstances and emotions have changed. With Cole's loss still so fresh, Victoria may not be able to deal with her grief alone and will seek comfort from someone who once meant so much to her. An old relationship may help her regain emotional balance, and a reunion may give her the chance to rebuild a lost love. But is this really a solution to the deep emotions and pain she is suffering? Memories and recalls. Victoria has a fairly common habit in her relationships. Seeking comfort in memories of past relationships when her current life becomes too complicated and difficult. This has happened in the past when she feels hurt or lonely. Remembering the beautiful moments of the past with her ex-lovers is a way for Victoria to find temporary peace of mind. With Cole's death, she may recall not only the sweet moments but also the painful memories of lost love. This event will make her question her past relationships and whether it is time for her to move on with someone from the past that she loved. But can a rekindled relationship help her heal her wounds and find a new, hopeful love, or is it just a way to avoid the pain she cannot face? New relationship. Victoria's next romantic trend. As everyone knows, Victoria Newman is not someone who opens up and starts a new relationship easily. After each heartbreak and unfortunate breakup, she tends to keep her distance from other men. However, this time may be different. After Cole's death, she may open up and look for a new romantic relationship. And with this event, fans will witness the development of another unexpected love. Victoria's search for a new lover, or reuniting with an old one, may bring her a new chance in life. But one important thing is that this relationship will not only be a love adventure, but also an important part in healing her heart. Whoever it is, a new relationship will help her overcome the pain from the past and find joy in love again. Cole's illness and Victoria's condition. The events surrounding Cole Howard go beyond his sudden death and include another heartbreaking twist: the illness Cole is facing. Although his persistent cough and worrying signs have worried those around him, no one expected Cole to be facing a serious illness. Things happened quickly and no one could have prepared for this outcome. This event will lead to a tragic storyline, especially for Victoria. If Cole is indeed facing a serious illness, she may seek the support of Nate, who has medical experience, to help find an experimental treatment. With concerns about Cole's health, Victoria will face many difficult and painful decisions. While Victoria seeks treatment for Cole, she may face difficult choices regarding her love life. Will she be able to stay sane while facing the fear and sadness of her loss, or will she succumb to her emotions and start a new relationship to escape reality? An open ending. Cole's death and Victoria's challenges. Ultimately, the passing of Cole Howard will be a major turning point in Victoria's life. This loss will not only change her, but everyone around her. Victoria will face many challenges, from accepting the death of her lover to opening her heart to new love. She will have to choose between living in the past and continuing with an existing relationship, or finding a new path for herself. One thing is for sure, in the future, Victoria's romantic relationships will become an important part of the ongoing story of the young and the restless. No matter what kind of relationship, Victoria will continue to search for love and comfort in a changing world. The story of Victoria Newman on The Young and the Restless is an emotional journey, from painful loss to new opportunities. Cole Howard's death not only marks the end of a love, but also opens a new door in Victoria's love life. Will she find a new love? Or will she mend her relationship with an ex? All will be revealed in the next episodes of the show. The Young and the Restless has always been a vivid picture with complicated relationships, challenging choices, and situations revolving around the lives of the main characters. One of the stories that is attracting the attention of fans right now is the journey of Nate Hastings and Victoria Newman, as they face the life and death of Cole Howard, the person Victoria loved deeply. However, it's not just Cole, but the relationship between Victoria and Nate is also gradually developing as they both fight illness and loss together. Nate Hastings and healing, a new chance for Cole. Nate Hastings, a talented doctor with extensive medical connections, has proven his ability to help Amy Lewis find a treatment for a terminal illness. With his insight and strong medical connections, Nate came up with a treatment that gave Amy a chance to survive. This success has led many, especially Victoria, to hope that he can do the same for Cole, who is facing a serious illness. Victoria is not one to give up hope for something so vague, but given Cole's dire situation, she had no choice but to seek help from medical professionals, and Nate was the one she trusted. As Victoria watched the treatment Nate did for Amy, she began to believe that he could help Cole overcome this terrible disease as well. She knows that Nate is the only one who can use his medical connections to find a cure for Cole. However, the question is there a cure powerful enough to save Cole? While Nate may be able to use all the medical resources at his disposal, there is no guarantee that he will be successful. This only adds to Victoria's anxiety as she cannot see a clear path forward for Cole, despite her faith in Nate. Victoria and Nate. An old relationship resurrected. The story between Victoria and Nate is not just about curing Cole, but also a long emotional journey between two people who have a romantic past. The two had a brief relationship in the past, and although it did not last, it still left a mark on Victoria's mind. This relationship is not something that the two can easily let go of, especially when they are forced to work together for a common goal, saving Cole's life. The tense situations, the anxious meetings, the sleepless nights researching and finding a treatment for Cole seem to be the opportunities for Victoria and Nate to become closer than ever. When Victoria feels like she cannot face everything alone, Nate is the one who is always there for her, supporting and sharing her mental burden. Feelings of guilt and anxiety about Cole make Victoria seek Nate not only as a doctor, but also as a friend, someone she can trust. Although Victoria has not yet fully opened up to Nate about her feelings, with the tense situation and his constant presence in her life, their relationship will gradually become closer. Private conversations and comforting handshakes will give Victoria the warmth she can't get from anyone else. Nate, with his medical knowledge and ability to leverage his connections, will be a solid support for Victoria during this time. Although neither of them says it, the connection between them is becoming more obvious, and Victoria can feel it. Worrying about Cole makes the distance between them blur, and maybe in the future, Victoria will realize that Nate is the one she needs by her side in times like this. The price of hope. Will Cole survive? Although Nate is trying his best to find a cure for Cole, there is no guarantee that he will succeed. The disease that Cole is facing is not something that medicine can easily solve. Despite the advances in medical research, there are still many unpredictable things. Cole's death, if it happens, would be a tragedy not only for Victoria but for everyone around him. If Cole does indeed die, Victoria will be faced with an unimaginable loss. In that moment, she will not only lose her lover, but also accept the fact that she could not do anything more to save him. This will be one of the most painful moments of Victoria's life, and she will need someone to lean on, someone who can share her emotional burden. Nate will be by Victoria's side during this time. Even though he may not be able to save Cole, he will be the one to provide comfort and emotional support for Victoria in the difficult days ahead. It may be at this point that Victoria realizes how important Nate has been in her life. Not only as a doctor but also as a friend, a companion in her most desperate times. Emotional rebirth and open endings. The story between Victoria and Nate does not stop at curing Cole. These events will open a new chapter in their lives, one that no one could have predicted. While Cole's death may be a devastating blow, it will also be an opportunity for Victoria and Nate to reconnect, and perhaps even start a new relationship. However, this does not mean that they will have an easy time overcoming all the challenges. Victoria will have to face the pain of loss, confusion, and anxiety about the future. But at least she will not have to face all of this alone. Will Victoria and Nate be able to overcome this tragedy and rebuild their relationship? Or will Cole's loss be so great that it will drive them apart again? These questions will be answered in the upcoming episodes of The Young and the Restless. Conclusion: the story between Victoria, Nate, and Cole is not just a medical story, but also an emotional journey filled with pain and hope. Victoria and Nate's relationship develops against the backdrop of an inevitable tragedy, but also an opportunity to bond. Whatever the final outcome, this story is sure to deliver dramatic emotions and surprising developments for all the characters.